found a letter whilst hitchhiking along the I-20. I should have listened. It was a cold winter's night when I arrived. I had booked out a room at a motel somewhere off of the I-59 as I was getting tired on my trip to Atlanta to visit some family. I had drove about 300 miles before I had my first proper rest, and I thought I had gotten lucky booking the motel as it was so cheap for a last-minute check-in. I soon discovered how wrong I was. Upon my arrival, the receptionist looked at me like I was inhuman and handed my key and a note after a brief conversation. I headed towards my room looking at the motel, and it looked as if it hadn't been renovated in years. The walls were decaying, windows smashed and gutters full of leaves. The smell was almost unbearable, but what can you expect for such a cheap place? After a few minutes' walk, I found my room and put the key in, only to find it unlocked. I cautiously opened up the mossy door and called out, "Anyone in here?" No response. I took a step in and screamed like a little girl when I saw someone sleeping in my bed. I stepped back outside and looked at the note in my hands, and this is just a brief summary of what it read. "Welcome to Ridgeway Motel. Please take your time to read this before your stay. Thank you for choosing the Ridgeway Motel. This pamphlet contains all you need to know about us. First off, we have a set of rules that we would like you to keep under any circumstance. Rule set. 1. Please keep your room as you found it. We value cleanliness at Ridgeway. 2. If you are to have any issue with your room, please contact reception. 3. When you enter your room, if you see anyone who shouldn't be there, do not alert them and leave immediately and contact reception. 4. Please keep all windows and doors locked at all times. Otherwise, we cannot ensure your safety. 5. If you hear tapping on the windows between 12 midnight and 12:32, please go under your sheets and stay silent, as to not alert it to your presence. When the tapping stops, you're safe. 6. If you hear children laughing past 10 p.m., ensure your doors and windows are locked. Even if you have just done so, they like to play tricks on the guests. 7. If your lights begin to flicker, contact reception and stay silent. They will understand. 8. When using the bathroom past 11 p.m., do not flush. It'll upset the children. 9. When you are about to go to sleep, turn all lights off and do not turn them back on. 10. If you hear someone in your room, run. It doesn't matter where you go. Just do not enter that room again. Reception will provide you with a new room, and your luggage will be available to collect from reception at 8 a.m. Any further problems, please contact staff at Redacted. Enjoy your stay, Ridgeway Motel. After reading the pamphlet, I brushed it off as a joke, but I did contact them about the person in my room, and they told me it was safe to go back in now. "You haven't even been here yet," I exclaimed, but they ignored me and told me once again, "It's safe to enter your room now, sir." I opened my door, and to my surprise, there was nobody there. I walked in and looked around just to be safe, then set my suitcase on the floor and went for a well-deserved, albeit grimy, shower. Once I had finished with my shower, I put on some pajamas and got myself ready for bed. I checked my phone, 9:43. I locked my door and windows and walked over to my bed, the floorboards creaking with every step, and placed the rules on my bedside table along with my phone and slowly drifted off to sleep. I got about a good 30 minutes of sleep before I was woken up by the sound of faint giggling coming from all around me, and I grabbed my phone for some light. It turned on. 10:39. I remembered the rules and read them quickly. Rule 6. If you hear children laughing past 10 p.m., ensure your doors and windows are locked. Even if you have just done so, they like to play tricks on the guests. I felt my heart skip a beat. What if the rules are true? I said to myself, voice shaking. I had always been one for the supernatural, but I wasn't a strong believer in it. I thought I'd humor myself and check my door. Unlocked. Maybe it's just a faulty lock? I said to myself after relocking it, not wanting to believe the rules were real and not just some joke. I walked to the windows and checked each lock. They were the same. Unlocked. I swore I had locked them before, I thought. I relocked them and got back into bed, finding myself unable to sleep. I sat there for maybe an hour and 30 minutes, just scrolling social media, when the tapping began. Remembering the rule that stuck out most, I got under my sheets, turned my phone off, and sat in silence until the tapping slowly subsided. When I thought it had stopped, I took a peek from under the covers, trying not to be caught, when I saw an unnaturally large figure walking away from my window. Its arms bent in ways that shouldn't be possible, when all of a sudden it stopped and arched backwards and stared at me with a near-to-ear grin, and then left. I sat there in silence for what felt like years and drifted off to sleep. I somehow managed to sleep through the rest of the night and was woken up by the cold breeze entering my room. My doors and windows were wide open. I'm writing this not to scare you, but to warn you. Something followed me from that motel, and it's after me. I don't know how long I have left, but stay away from the ridge. The writing trails off here. I found this letter laying on the side of a road leading off the I-20. I'm going to see if this is real. I'm typing this from room 23 at the Ridgeway Motel. I'll give you an update tomorrow. Good night.